Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this sun of York, and all the clouds that loud upon our house, in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a uke. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass, I that am curtailed of this fair proportion, deformed, unfinished, scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why, I, in this weak, piping time of peace, have no delights to pass away the time. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover, I am determined to prove a villain. Wow, wow, wow. Plots have I laid, inductions dangerous, to set my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate, the one against the other. And if King Edward prove as true and just as I am, subtle, false, and treacherous, this day should Clarence closely be mewed up about a prophecy which says that G of Edward's heirs the murderer shall be. Dive thoughts down in my soul. Here Clarence comes. Brother, good day. What means this armed guard that waits upon your grace?
His Majesty, tendering my person's safety, hath appointed this conduct to convey me to the tower.
Upon what cause?
Because my name is George.
Alack, my lord, that fault is none of yours. But what's the matter? May I know?
Yea, Richard, when I know. For I protest, as yet I do not. But as I can learn, he hearkens after prophecies and dreams, and says a wizard told him that by G his issue disinherited should be. And for that my name of George begins with G, it follows in his thought that I am he.
Why, this it is when men are ruled by women. 'Tis not the king that sends you to the tower, my Lady Grey, Clarence, his wife. 'Tis she that tempers him to this extremity. Was it not she and her brother Rivers that made him send Lord Hastings to the tower, from whence this present day he is delivered? We are not safe, Clarence. We are not safe.
By heaven, I think there is no man secure but the Queen's kindred and night-walking heralds.
I beseech your graces both to pardon me. His Majesty hath straitly given in charge that no man of what degree soever shall have private conference with your brother.
We know thy charge, Brackenbury, and will obey.
We are the Queen's abjects and must obey. Brother, farewell. I will unto the king, and whatsoe'er you will employ me in, I will perform it to enfranchise.
I know it pleaseth neither of us well.
Your imprisonment shall not be long. I will deliver you, or else lie for you. Meantime, have patience.
I must perforce. Farewell.
Go, tread the path that thou shalt ne'er return. Simple, plain Clarence, I do love you so that I will shortly send thy soul to heaven. But who comes here? The new delivered Hastings! How hath your lordship brooked imprisonment?
With patience, my noble lord, as prisoners must. But I shall live to give them thanks that were the cause of my imprisonment.
No doubt, no doubt. And so shall Clarence too. For they that were your enemies are his, and have prevailed as much on him as you.
More pity the eagles should be mewed, whilst kites and buzzards pray at liberty. What news abroad?
The king is sickly, weak, and melancholy, and his physicians fear him mightily.
Now by St. John, that news is bad indeed. Where is he? In his bed?
He is. Go you before, and I will follow you. he cannot live, I hope, and must not die until George be packed with post-horse up to heaven. I'll urge his hatred more to Clarence with lies well steeled with weighty arguments. And if I fail not in my deep intent, Clarence hath not another day to live. Which done, God take King Edward to his mercy, and leave the world for me to bustle in. For then I'll marry Warwick's youngest daughter. What? Thou art killed her husband and her father? The readiest way to make the wench amends is to become her husband and her father.
Sit down, your honorable lord. Porky cold figure of a holy king, pale ashes of the house of Lancaster, the bloodless remnant of that royal blood, be it lawful that I invocate thy ghost to hear the lamentations of poor Anne, wife to thy Edward, to thy slaughtered son, stabbed by the selfsame hand that made these wounds. Oh, cursed be the hand that made these holes. Cursed the heart that had the heart to do it. More direful hap betide that hated wretch that makes us wretched by the death of thee than I can wish to wolves, to spiders, toads, or any creeping venom thing that lives. If ever he had a child, abortive be it, prodigious and untimely brought to light. If ever he have wife, let her be made more miserable by the death of him than I am made by my young lord and thee. Come now towards Chertsey with your holy robe.
Stay, you that bear the course, and set it down.
What black magician conjures up this fiend to stop devoted charitable deeds?
My lord, stand back and let the coffin pass.
I'll make a course of him that disobeys.
What, do you tremble? Are you all afraid? Avaunt, thou dreadful minister of hell!
Sweet saint, for charity be not so cursed.
Foul devil, for God's sake, hence, and trouble us not. For thou hast made the happy earth thy hell, filled it with cursing cries and deep exclaims. Either heaven with lightning strike the murderer dead, or earth gape open wide and eat him quick.
Vouchsafe divine perfection of a woman of these supposed crimes, to give me leave by circumstance but to acquit myself.
Vouchsafe diffused infection of a man of these known evils, but to give me leave by circumstance to curse thy cursed self.
Fairer than tongue can name thee, let me have some patient leisure to excuse myself.
Fouler than heart can think thee, thou canst make no excuse current, but to hang thyself.
By such despair I should accuse myself.
And by despairing shalt thou stand excused for doing worthy vengeance on thyself, that didst unworthy slaughter upon others.
I did not kill your husband.
Why, then he is alive.
Nay, he is dead, and slain by Edward's hands.
In thy foul throat thou liest. Queen Margaret saw thy murderous falcon smoking in his blood. Didst thou not kill this king?
I grant ye.
Dost grant me, hedgehog. Then God grant me too, thou mayst be damned for that wicked deed. Oh, he was gentle, mild, and virtuous.
The better for the King of heaven that hath him.
He is in heaven, where thou shalt never come.
Then let him thank me that holp to send him thither, for he was fitter for that place than earth.
And thou unfit for any place but hell.
Yes, one place else, if you will hear me name it.
Some dungeon.
Your bedchamber. But gentle Lady Anne, to leave this keen encounter of our wits and fall something into a slower method is not the causer of these timeless deaths as blameful as the executioner.
Thou wast the cause and most accursed effect.
Your beauty was the cause of that effect.
If I thought that, I tell thee, homicide, these nails should rend that beauty from my cheeks.
These eyes could not endure that beauty's wrack. You should not blemish it if I stood by. As all the world is cheered by the sun, so I by that. It is my day, my life.
Black night or shade thy day, death thy life.
It is a quarrel most unnatural to be revenged on him that loveth thee.
It is a quarrel just unreasonable to be revenged on him that killed my husband.
He that bereft thee, lady, of thy husband, did it to help thee to a better husband.
His better doth not breathe upon the earth.
He lives that loves thee better than he could.
Where is he?
Here. Why dost thou spit at me?
Would it were mortal poison for thy sake.
Never came poison from so sweet a place.
Never hung poison on a fowler toad. Out of my sight, thou dost infect mine eyes.
Thine eyes, sweet lady, have infected mine.
Would they were basilisks to strike thee dead.
I would they were, that I might die at once, for now they kill me with a living death. Those eyes of thine from mine have drawn salt tears. My manly eyes did scorn an humble tear. Teach not thy lip such scorn, for it was made for kissing, lady, not for such contempt. If thy revengeful heart cannot forgive, lo, here, I lent thee this sharp-pointed sword, which if thou please to hide in this true breast, and let the soul forth that adoreth thee, I lay it naked to the deadly stroke, and humbly beg the death upon my knee. Nay, do not pause, for I did kill King Henry, but 'twas thy beauty that provoked me. Nay, now dispatch, 'twas I that stabbed young Edward, but 'twas thy heavenly face that set me on. Take up the sword again, or take up me.
Arise, dissembler, though I wish thy death, I will not be thy executioner.
Then bid me kill myself, and I will do it.
I have already.
That was in thy rage. Say it again, and even with the word, this hand which for thy love did kill thy love, shall for thy love kill a far truer love.
I would I knew thy heart.
Disfigured in my tongue.
I fear me both are false.
Then never man was true.
Well, well. Put up your sword.
Say then my peace is made.
That you shall know hereafter.
Vouchsafe to wear this ring.
To take is not to give.
Look how my ring encompasseth thy finger. Even so thy breast encloseth my poor heart. Wear both of them, for both of them are thine. And if thy poor devoted servant may but beg one favor at thy gracious hand, thou dost confirm his happiness forever.
What is it?
That it may please you leave these sad designs to him that hath most cause to be a mourner, and presently repair to Crosby House, whereafter I have solemnly interred at Chertsey Monastery this noble king, and what his grave with my repentant tears, I will with all expedience duty see you. Grant me this boon.
With all my heart, and much it joys me too to see you are become so penitent.
Bid me farewell.
'Tis more than you deserve. But since you teach me how to flatter you, imagine I have said farewell already.
To Chertsey, noble lord. Now, to Whitefriars, there attend my coming. Was ever woman in this humor wooed? Was ever woman in this humor won? I'll have her, but I will not keep her long. What? To take her in her heart's extremest hate, with curses in her mouth, tears in her eyes, having God, her conscience, and these bars against me, and yet to win her? All the world to nothing! Ah! Upon my life she finds, although I cannot, myself to be a marvelous, proper man. Shine out, fair sun, till I have brought a glass, that I may see my shadow as I pass.
Have patience, madam. There's no doubt the king will soon recover his accustomed health.
In that you brook it ill, it makes him worse. Therefore, for God's sake, entertain good comfort and cheer his grace with quick and merry eyes.
If he were dead, what would betide on me?
No other harm but loss of such a lord.
The loss of such a lord includes all harm.
The heavens have blessed you with a goodly son to be your comforter when he is gone.
But he is young, and and his minority is put unto the trust of Richard Gloucester, a man that loves not me nor none of you.
Is it concluded he shall be protected?
It is concluded, not determined yet, but so it must be if the king miscarry.
Here comes the Lord of Buckingham and Derby.
Good time of day to your royal grace.
God make your majesty joyful as you have been.
The Countess Richmond, good my lord of Derby, to your good prayer will scarcely say amen. Yet, Derby, notwithstanding she's your wife and loves not me, be you assured, good lord, I hate not you for her proud arrogance.
I do beseech you either not believe the envious slanders of her false accusers, or if she be accused unto report, bear with her weakness, which I think proceeds from wayward sickness and no grounded malice.
Saw you the king today, my lord of Derby?
But now the Duke of Buckingham and I are come from visiting his majesty.
What likelihood of his amendment, lords?
Madam, good hope. His grace speaks cheerfully.
Did you confer with him?
Aye, madam. He desires to make atonement between the Duke of Gloucester and your brother, and between them and my Lord Chamberlain, and sent to warn them to his royal presence.
Would all were well, but that will never be. I fear our happiness is at the height.
They do me wrong, and I will not endure it. Who is it that complains to the king that I, forsooth, am stern, and love them not? By holy Paul! They love his grace but lightly that fill his ears with such dissentious rumors. Because I cannot flatter and look fair, I must be held a rancorous enemy. Cannot a plain man live and think no harm, but thus his simple truth must be abused with silken sly insinuating jest?
To who in all this presence speaks your grace?
To thee that hath nor honesty nor grace. When have I injured thee? When done thee wrong? Or thee, or any of your faction, a plague upon you all! His holy grace, whom God preserve better than you would wish, cannot be quiet, scarce a breathing while, but you must trouble him with lewd complaints.
Brother of Gloucester, you mistake the matter. The king, on his own royal disposition, aiming belike at your interior hatred against my children, brother, and myself, makes him to send that he may learn the ground.
I cannot tell. The world is grown so bad.
Come, we know your meaning, Brother Gloucester. You envy my advancement, and my friends. God grant we never may have need of you.
Meantime, God grants that I have need of you. Our brother is imprisoned by your means, myself disgraced, and the nobility held in contempt, while great promotions are daily given to ennoble those that scarce some 2 days since were worth a noble.
I never did incense his majesty against the Duke of Clarence, but have been an earnest advocate to plead for him.
You may deny you were not the mean of my Lord Hastings' late imprisonment.
She may, my lord, for...
She may, Lord Rivers. Why, who knows not so? She may do more, sir, than denying that. She may help you to many high preferments, and then deny her aiding hand therein. What, may she not? She may. Aye, marry, may she.
What, Mary, may she?
What, marry, may she? Marry with a king?
My lord of Gloucester, I have too long borne your blunt upbraidings and your bitter scoffs. By heaven, I will acquaint his majesty with these gross taunts that oft I have endured. I had rather be a country servant maid than a great queen with this condition, to be so baited, scorned, and stormed at. Small joy have I in being England's queen.
Unless it be that small, God, I beseech him, thy honor, state, and seat is due to me.
What? Threat you me with telling of the king? Tell him, and spare not. Look what I have said. I will avouch in presence of the king.
How devil I do remember them too well. Thou killedst my husband Henry in the Tower, and Edward, my poor son, at Tewkesbury.
Ere you were queen, I, or your husband king, I was a pack horse in his great affairs. To royalize his blood, I spent mine own.
I am much better blood than his or thine.
In all which time you and your husband Grey were factious for the house of Lancaster. And Rivers, so were you. Was not your husband in Margaret's battle of St. Aubin slain? Poor Clarence did forsake his father Warwick to fight on Edward's party for the crown. And for his meed, poor lord, he is mute up.
My lord of Gloucester, in those busy days which you urged to prove us enemies, we followed then our lord, our sovereign king. So should we, if you should be our king.
If I should be, I'd rather be a peddler. Far be it from my heart, the thought thereof.
I can no longer hold me patient. Hear me, you wrangling pirates, that fall out and sharing that which you have pilled from me. Which of you trembles not that looks on me? If not that I am queen, you bow like subjects, yet that by you deposed you quake like rebels.
Foul wrinkles which what makest thou in my sight? Wert thou not banished on pain of death?
I was, but I do find more pain in banishment. A husband and a son thou owest me, and thou a kingdom, all of you allegiance. This sorrow that I have by right is yours, and all the pleasures you usurp are mine.
The curse my noble father laid on thee when thou didst crown his warlike brow with paper, and with thy scorns drewst rivers from his eyes, and then to dry them gavest the Duke a clout steeped in the faultless blood of prickly Rutland. His curses then, from bitterness of soul denounced against thee, are all fallen upon thee, and God, not we, have plagued thy bloody deeds.
So just is God to right the innocent.
Oh, 'twas the foulest deed to slay that babe.
Tyrants themselves wept when 'twas reported.
No man but prophesied revenge for it.
Northumberland then present wept to see it.
What? Were you all snarling before I came, ready to catch each other by the throats and turn you all your hatred now on me? Did York's dread curse prevail so much with heaven that Henry's death, my lovely Edward's death, the kingdom lost, my woeful banishment should all but answer for that peevish brat? Can curses pierce the clouds and enter heaven? Why then, give way, dull clouds, to my quick curses. Though not by war, by surfeit die your king, as ours by murder to make him a king. By Edward, who is now Prince of Wales, for our son Edward that was Prince of Wales, die in his youth by like untimely violence. Thyself a queen, for me that was a queen, outlive thy glory like my wretched self. Long mayest thou live to wail thy children's death, and see another as I see thee now, decked in thy rights as thou art stalled in mine. Die neither mother, wife, nor England's queen. Rivers and Dorset, you were standers by, and so wast thou, Lord Hastings, when my son was stabbed with bloody daggers. God, I pray that none of you may live his natural age, but by some unlooked accident cut off.
Have done thy charm, thou hateful withered hag.
And leave out thee. Stay, dog, for thou shalt hear me. Oh, thou the troubler of the poor world's peace. The worm of conscience begnaw thy soul. Thy friends suspect for traitors while thou livest, and take deep traitors for thy dearest friends. No sleep, close up that deadly eye of thine, unless it be while some tormenting dream affrights thee with the hell of ugly devils, thou elfish marked abortive rooting hog, thou slander of thy heavy mother's womb, thou loathing issue of thy father's loin, thou detested rag, thou rag of honor.
Margaret!
Richard!
Huh? I called thee not. I cry me mercy, for I didst think that thou hadst called me all these bitter names.
Oh, so I did, but I looked for no reply. Let me make the period to my curse.
'Tis done by me, and ends in Margaret.
Thus have you breathed your curse against yourself.
Painted queen, vain flourish of my fortune. Why strewest thou sugar on this bottled spider? The day will come when thou shalt wish for me to help thee curse this poisonous bunchback toad.
False boding woman, end thy frantic curse, lest to thy harm thou move our patience.
Foul shame upon you. You all have moved mine.
Were you well served, you would be taught your duty.
To serve me well, you should do me duty. Teach me to be your queen, and you my subjects.
Oh, dispute not with her. She is lunatic.
Peace, Master Marquess. You are malapert. Oh, that your young nobility could judge what to lose it and be miserable.
Peace! Peace! For shame! If not for charity!
Urge neither charity nor shame to me. Uncharitably with me have you dealt, and shamefully by you my hopes are butchered.
Have done! Have done!
Oh, princely Buckingham, I'll kiss thy hand. Thy garments are not spotted with our blood, nor thou within the compass of my curse. Oh, Buckingham, take heed of yonder dog. Look, when he fawns, he bites, and when he bites, his venom tooth will rankle to the death.
What does she say, my lord of Buckingham?
Nothing that I respect, my gracious lord.
What? Dost thou scorn me for my gentle counsel, and soothe the devil that I warn thee of? Remember this another day, when he shall split thy heart with sorrow, and say poor Margaret was a prophetess. Live each of you the subjects to his hate, and he to yours, and all of you to God's.
My head is stand an end to hear her curse.
And so doth mine. I muse why she's at liberty.
I cannot blame her. By God's holy mother, she hath had too much wrong, and I repent my part that I have done to her.
I never did her any, to my knowledge.
Yet you have all the vantage of her wrong.
Madam, his majesty doth call for thee, and for your grace, and yours, my gracious lord.
Catesby, I come. Lords, will you go with me?
We wait upon your grace.
I do the wrong and first begin to brawl. The secret mischiefs that I set abroach, I lay into the grievous charge of others. Clarence, who I indeed have cast in darkness, I do beweep to many simple goals, namely Derby, Hastings, Buckingham, and tell them 'tis the queen and her allies that stir the king against the duke my brother. Now they believe it, and withal wet me to be revenged on rivers, Dorset gray. But then I sigh, and with a piece of scripture tell them that God bids us do good for evil. And thus I cloak my naked villainy with odd old ends, stolen forth of holy writ, and seem a saint, when most I play the devil. But soft, here come my executioners. How now, my hearty stout resolve it bates? Are you now going to dispatch this thing?
We are, my noble lord, and come to have the warrant that we may be admitted where he is.
Well thought upon, I have it here about me. When you have done, repair to Crosby Place. But sirs, be sudden in the execution. With all obdurate, do not hear him plead. For Clarence is well spoken, and perhaps may move your hearts to pity if you mark him.
Tut, tut, my lord, we will not stand to prate. Talkers are no good doers. Be assured we go to use our hands and not our tongues.
I like you, lads. About your business straight. Go, dispatch.
We will, my noble lord.
Why looks your grace so heavily today?
Oh, I have passed a miserable night, so full of fearful dreams and ugly sights that as I am a Christian faithful man, I would not spend another such a night, though 'twere to buy a world of happy days.
What was your dream, my lord? I pray you, tell me.
Methought that I had broken from the tower and was embarked across to Burgundy, and in my company my brother Gloucester, who from my cabin tempted me to walk upon the giddy footing of the hatches. Methought that Gloucester stumbled, and in falling struck me that thought to stay him overboard into the tumbling billows of the main. Oh Lord, methought what pain it was to drown. What dreadful noise of waters in my ears, what sights of ugly death within my eyes. Methought I saw 1,000 fearful wracks, 1,000 men that fishes gnawed upon, great anchors, heaps of pearl, all scattered at the bottom of the sea. Some lay in dead men's skulls. In the holes where eyes did once inhabit, there were crept, as 'twere in scorn of eyes, reflecting gems that wooed the slimy bottom of the deep.
Had you such leisure in the time of death to gaze upon these secrets of the deep?
I thought I had. And often did I strive to yield the ghost, but still the envious flood stopped in my soul and would not let it forth. Oh, then began the tempest to my soul. I crossed without the melancholy flood into the kingdom of perpetual night. The first that there did greet my stranger soul was my great father-in-law, renowned Warwick, and he spake aloud, "What scourge for perjury can this dark monarchy afford false Clarence?" And so he vanished, then came wandering by a shadow like an angel with bright hair dabbled in blood, and he shrieked out aloud, "Clarence is come, false fleeting perjured Clarence, that stabbed me in the field at Tewkesbury. Seize on him furies, take him unto torment." With that methought a legion of foul fiends environed me, and howled in mine ears such hideous cries that with the very noise I trembling waked. And for a season after, could not believe but that I was in hell. Such terrible impression made my dream.
I'm afraid, methinks, to hear you tell it.
Keeper, I have done these things, that now give evidence against my soul for Edward's sake, and see how he requites me. Keeper, I prithee sit by me a while. My soul is heavy, and I fain would sleep.
I will, my lord. God give your grace good rest.
Oh, who's here?
What wouldest thou, fellow? How camest thou hither?
I would speak with Clarence, and I came hither on my legs.
What? So brief?
'Tis better, sir, than to be tedious. Let him see our commission and talk no more.
I am in this commanded to deliver the noble Duke of Clarence to your hands. I will not reason what is meant hereby, because I will be guiltless from the meaning. There lies the Duke asleep, and there are the keys.
Fare you well. What, shall I stab him as he sleeps?
What, art thou afraid?
No, not to kill him for having a warrant, but to be damned for killing him from the which no warrant can defend me.
I thought thou hadst been resolute.
So I am. To let him live.
All back to the Duke of Gloucester.
Nay, prithee, stay a while. I hope this passionate humor of mine will change.
How dost thou feel thyself now?
Faith, there are still some certain dregs of conscience yet within me.
Remember our reward when the deed's done.
Zoons, he dies. I had forgot the reward.
Where's thy conscience now?
In the Duke of Gloucester's purse.
Soft, wait.
Strike!
No! We'll reason with him.
In God's name, what art thou?
A man as you are.
But not as I am royal.
Nor you as we are loyal.
Who sent you hither? Wherefore do you come?
To
murder me?
Aye.
Wherein, my friends, have I offended you?
Offended us you have not, but the king.
I shall be reconciled to him again.
Never, my lord, therefore prepare to die.
Are you drawn forth among a world of men to slay the innocent? What is my offense? Where is the evidence that doth accuse me? Or who pronounced the bitter sentence of poor Clarence's death before I be convicted by course of law?
What we do upon command.
And he that hath commanded is our king. Thou didst receive the sacrament to fight and quarrel with the house of Lancaster.
And like a traitor to the name of God, didst break that vow, and with thy treacherous blade unripped the vows of thy sovereign son.
Whom thou wast sworn to cherish and defend.
Alas, for whose sake did I that ill deed? For Edward, for my brother, for his sake. He sends you not to murder me for this, for in that sin he is as deep as I. If you are hired for me, go back again, and I will send you to my brother Gloucester, who will reward you better for my life than Edward will for tidings of my death.
You are deceived. Your brother Gloucester hates you.
'Tis he who sends us to destroy you here.
It cannot be, for he swore with sobs he would labor my delivery.
Oh, why so he doth, when he delivers you from this earth's thraldom to the joys of heaven.
Make peace with God, my lord, for you must die.
Have you that holy feeling in your souls to counsel me to make my peace with God? And are you yet in your own souls so blind that you will war with God by murdering me?
What shall we do?
My friend, I spy some pity in thy looks. If thine eye be not a flatterer, come thou on my side and entreat for me. A begging prince. What beggar pities not?
Look behind you, my lord.
Take that!
And that. Though that will not do, I'll drown you in the Malmsey butt within.
A bloody deed and desperately dispatched. How fain like Violet I would wash my hands of this most grievous murder.
How now? What meanest thou that thou helpest me not? By heavens, the Duke shall know how slack you have been.
I would he knew I had saved his brother. Take thou the fee and tell him what I say, for I repent me the Duke is slain.
Oh, so do not I. Go, coward as thou art. Well, I'll go hide the body in some hole, till that the Duke give order for his burial. When I have my mead, I will away, for this will out, and then I must not stay.
Why so? And now have I done a good day's work. You peers, continue this united league. I every day expect an embassage from my Redeemer to redeem me hence. And more in peace my soul shall part to heaven, since I have made my friends at peace on earth. Rivers, Hastings, take each other's hand. Dissemble not your hatred, swear your love.
By heaven, my soul is purged from grudging hate, and with my hand I seal my true heart's love.
So thrive I, as I ever swear the like.
Take heed you dally not before your king, lest he who is the supreme king of kings confound your hidden falsehood and award either of you to be the other's end.
So prosper I, as I swear perfect love.
And I, as I love Hastings with my heart.
Madam, yourself is not exempt from this, nor you, son Dorset, Buckingham, nor you. You have been factious one against the other. Wife, love Lord Hastings. Let him kiss your hand, and what you do, do it unfeignedly.
There, Hastings, I will never more remember our former hatred. So thrive I and mine.
Dorset, embrace him. Hastings, love Lord Marquess.
This interchange of love I here protest upon my part shall be inviolable.
And so swear I.
Now, princely Buckingham, seal thou this league with thy embracements to my wife's allies, and make me happy in your unity.
Whenever Buckingham doth turn his hate upon your grace, may God punish me with hate in those where I expect most love, when I have most need to employ a friend, and most assured he is a friend, deep, hollow, treacherous, and full of guile be he unto me when I am cold in love to you or yours.
Now, pleasing, cordial, princely Buckingham, is this thy vow unto my sickly heart? There wanteth now our brother Gloucester here to make the blessed period of this peace.
And in good time, here comes the Duke.
Good morrow to my sovereign king and queen, and princely peers, a happy time of day.
Happy indeed as we have spent the day. Gloucester, we have done deeds of charity, made peace of enmity, fair love of hate between these swelling, wrong, insensate peers.
A blessed labor, my most sovereign lord. Among this princely heap, if any here by false intelligence or wrong surmise hold me a foe, I desire to reconcile me to his friendly peace. First, madam, I entreat true peace of you, which I will purchase with my duteous service. Of you, my noble cousin Buckingham, if ever any grudge were lodged between us. Of you and you, Lord Rivers and of Dorset, at all. Without desert have frowned on me, I do not know that Englishman alive with whom my soul is any jot at odds. I thank my God for my humility.
A holy day shall this be kept hereafter.
Yes.
I would to God all strifes were well compounded. My most sovereign lord, I beseech your highness to take your brother Clarence to your grace.
Why, madam, have I offered love for this? To be so flouted in this royal presence? Who knows not that the gentle duke is dead?
Who knows not he is dead? Who knows he is?
Seeing heaven, what a world is this?
Is Clarence dead? The order was reversed.
But he, poor lord, by your first order died.
Have I a tongue to doom my brother's death? My brother killed no man, his fault was thought, and yet his punishment was bitter death. Who sued to me for him? Who in my wrath kneeled at my feet and bade me be advised? Who spoke of brotherhood? Who spoke of love? Who told me how the poor soul did forsake the mighty Warwick and did fight for me? Who told me in the field at Tewkesbury, when Oxford had me down, he rescued me and said, "Dear brother, live and be a king." All this from my remembrance, brutish wrath, sinfully plucked, and not a man of you had so much grace to put it in my mind, nor I, ungracious, speak unto myself for him, poor soul. The proudest of you all have been beholding to him in his life, yet not a one of you would once beg for his life. Oh, God, I fear thy vengeance will take hold on me and you and mine and yours for this. Come, Hastings, help me to my closet. Oh, poor Clarence.
Marked you not how that the guilty kindred of the queen looked pale when they did hear of Clarence's death? God will revenge it. Come, my lord, we'll go to comfort Edward with our company.
I wait upon your grace.
Who shall hinder me to wail and weep, to chide my fortune and torment myself? Edward, my lord, thy son, our king, is dead. If you will live, lament. If die, be brief, that our swift-winged souls may catch the king's, or like obedient subjects, follow him to his new kingdom of ne'er-changing night.
So much interest have I in thy sorrow, as I had title in thy noble husband. I have bewept a worthy husband's death, and lived with looking on his images. Now 2 mirrors of his princely semblance are crushed in pieces by malignant death, and I for comfort have but one false glass that grieves me when I see my shame in him. Thou art a widow, yet thou art a mother, and hast the comfort of thy children left. But death hath snatched my husband from mine arms, and plucked 2 crutches from my feeble hands, Edward and Clarence. Oh, what cause have I, thine being but a moiety of my moan, to overgo thy woes and drown thy cry?
All springs reduce their currents to mine eyes, that I, being governed by the watery moon, may send forth plenteous tears to drown the world for my husband, for my dear lord, Edward.
Alas for both mine, Edward and Clarence.
Was never widow had so dear a loss.
Never mother had so dear a loss. Alas, I am the mother of these griefs. She for an Edward weeps, and so do I. I for a Clarence weep, so doth not she. On me pour all your griefs. I am your sorrow's nurse, and I will comfort it with lamentation.
Comfort, dear mother. God is much displeased that you take with unthankfulness his doing.
But madam, bethink you like a careful mother of the prince your son. Send straight for him, let him be crowned. In him your comfort lives. Drown desperate sorrow in dead Edward's grave, and plant your joys in living Edward's throne.
Sister, have comfort. All of us have cause to wail the dimming of our shining star, but none can help our harms by wailing them. Madam, my mother, I cry you mercy, I did not see your grace. Humbly on my knee, I crave your blessing.
God bless thee, and put meekness in thy heart, love, charity, and true obedience.
Amen. And make me die a good old man. That is the butt end of a mother's blessing.
I marvel her grace did leave it out.
You cloudy princes and heart-sorrowing peers that bear this heavy mutual load of moan. Now cheer each other in each other's love. Though we have spent the harvest of this king, we are to reap the harvest of his son. Meseemeth good that with some little train forthwith from Ludlow the young prince be fed hither to London to be crowned our king.
But why with some little train, my lord of Buckingham?
Perry, my lord, lest by a multitude the new-healed wound of malice should break out, which would be so much the more dangerous by how much the estate is green and yet ungoverned.
I hope that the king made peace with all of us, and the compact is firm and true in me.
Oh, and so in me, and so I think in all, and yet, since it is but green, it should be put to no apparent likelihood of breach, which happily by much company might be urged. Therefore, I say with noble Buckingham, it is meet, so few should fetch the prince.
And so say I.
Then go we to determine who they shall be that straight shall post to Ludlow. Madam, and you, my sister, will you go to give your censures in this business?
With all our hearts.
With all our hearts.
We go.
My lord, whoever journeys to the prince, for God's sake, let not us two stay at home. For by the way, our sore occasion to part the queen's proud kindred from the prince.
My other self, my counsel's consistory, my oracle, my prophet, my dear cousin,
my lord.
I, as a child, will go by thy direction. Toward Ludlow, then, or will not stay behind.
Last night I hear they lay at Stony Stratford, and at Northampton they do rest tonight. Tomorrow or next day they will be here.
Oh, I long with all my heart to see the prince. I hope he is much grown since last I saw him.
But I hear no. They say my son of York hath almost overtaken him in his growth.
My mother, but I would not have it so.
Oh, why, my good cousin? It is good to grow.
Rondom, one night as we did sit at supper, my Uncle Rivers talked how I did grow more than my brother. I, quoth my Uncle Gloucester, small herbs have grace, great weeds do grow apace. And since methinks it would not grow so fast, because sweet flowers are slow and weeds make haste.
Oh, good faith, good faith. The saying did not hold in him that did object the same to thee. He was the wretchedest thing when he was young, so long a-growing and so leisurely, that if his rule were true, he should be gracious.
And so no doubt he is, my gracious madam.
I hope he is, but yet let mothers doubt.
Here comes a messenger. What news?
Such news, my lord, as grieves me to report.
How doth the prince?
Well, madam, and in health.
What is thy news?
Lord Rivers and Lord Grey are sent to Pomfret, and with them Sir Thomas Vaughan prisoners.
Who hath committed them?
The mighty Dukes Gloucester and Buckingham.
For what offense?
The sum of all I can I have disclosed. Why or for what the nobles were committed is all unknown to me, my gracious lord.
I see the ruin of my house. Welcome destruction, blood, and massacre. I see as in a map the end of all.
Oh, accursed and unquiet wrangling days. How many of you have mine eyes beheld? My husband lost his life to get the crown, and often up and down my sons were tossed for me, to joy and weep their gains and losses. And being seated, themselves the conquerors, make war upon themselves, brother to brother, blood to blood, self against self. Oh, preposterous and frantic outrage! End thy damned spleen, or let me die and look on earth no more.
Come, my boy, we will to sanctuary. Madam, farewell.
I'll go with thee.
You have no cause.
My gracious lady, go, and thither bear your treasure and your goods. Go, I'll conduct you to the sanctuary.
Welcome, sweet prince, to London, to your chamber.
Welcome, cousin, my thoughts sovereign. The weary way hath made you melancholy.
No, uncle, but our crosses on the way have made it wearisome, tedious, and heavy. I want more uncles here to welcome me.
Oh, sweet prince, the untainted virtue of your years hath not yet dived into the world's deceit. Those uncles which you want were dangerous. Yes. Your grace attended to their sugared words, but looked not on the poison of their hearts. God keep you from them, and from such false friends.
Amen.
I thought my mother and my brother York would long ere this have met us on the way. I would have slug his Hastings that he comes not to tell us whether they will come or no.
And in good time, here comes the sweating lord.
Hey!
What, will our mother come?
On what occasion, God he knows, not I, the queen your mother and your brother York have taken sanctuary. The tender prince would fain have come with me to meet your grace, but by his mother was perforce withheld.
Fie, what an indirect and peevish course is this of hers. Lord Cardinal, will your grace persuade the queen to send the Duke of York unto his princely brother, thus presently, if she deny Lord Hastings? Go with him, and from her jealous arms pluck him perforce.
My Lord of Buckingham, if my weak oratory can from his mother win the Duke of York, anon expect him here. But if she be obdurate to mild entreaties, God in heaven forbid we should infringe the holy privilege of blessed sanctuary. Not for all this land would I be guilty of so deep a sin.
You are too senseless obstinate, my lord. You break not sanctuary in seizing him. The benefit thereof is always granted to those whose dealings have deserved the place, and those who have the wit to claim the place. This prince hath neither claimed it nor deserved it, and therefore, in mine opinion, cannot have it. Then, taking him from thence, which is not there, you break no privilege, no charter there. Oft have I heard of sanctuary men, but sanctuary children, never till now.
My lord, you shall o'errule my mind for once. Come on, Lord Hastings, will you go with me?
I go with you, my lord.
My lords, make all the speedy haste you may. Say, Uncle Gloucester, if our brother come, where shall we sojourn until our coronation?
Where it seems best unto your royal self, if I may counsel you, some day or two your highness shall repose you at the tower.
Like the tower of any place. Did Julius Caesar build that place, my lord?
He did, my gracious lord, begin that place.
Is it upon record, or else reported successively from age to age he built it?
Upon record, my gracious lord.
That Julius Caesar was a famous man. With what his valor did enrich his wit set down to make his valor live. Death makes no conquest of this conqueror, for now he lives in fame, though not in life. I'll tell you what, my cousin Buckingham.
What? My gracious lord.
And if I live until I be a man, I'll win our ancient right in Francing Ed, or die a soldier, as I lived a king.
And in good time, here comes the Duke of York.
Richard of York, how bears our loving brother?
Well, my dread lord, so I must call you now.
Aye, brother, to our grief, as it is yours. Too late he died that might have kept that title, which by his death hath lost much majesty.
How fares our cousin, noble Lord of York?
Thank you, gentle uncle. Oh, my lord, you said that idle weeds are fast in growth. The prince, my brother, hath outgrown me far.
He has, my lord.
And therefore is he idle?
Oh, my lord, I must not say so.
Then he is more beholding to you than I.
He may command me as my sovereign, but you have power in me as in a kinsman.
I pray you, uncle, give me this dagger.
My dagger, little lord, with all my heart.
A beggar, brother?
Of my kind uncle that I know will give, and being but a toy, which is no grief to give.
A better gift than that I'll give my cousin.
A better gift? Oh, that's the sword to it.
What, would you have my weapon, little lord?
I would, that I might thank you as you call me.
What?
Little.
Our Lord of York will still be cross in talk. Uncle, your grace knows how to bear with him.
You need to bear me, not to bear with me. Uncle, my brother mocks both you and me. Because that I'm little like an ape, he thinks that you should bear me on your shoulders!
My lord, will it please you pass along myself and my good cousin Buckingham, will to your mother, to entreat of her to meet you at the tower and welcome you.
What, were you going to the tower, my lord?
My lord protector needs will have it so.
I shall not sleep in quiet at the tower.
Why, what should you fear?
Mary, my uncle Clarence's angry ghost. Grandaunt told me he was murdered there.
I fear no uncle's dead.
No, none that live, I hope.
And if they live, I hope I need not fear. But come, my lord, with a heavy heart, thinking on them, go I into the tower.
Think you, my lord, this little prating York was not incensed by his little mother to taunt and scorn you thus ropiously?
No doubt, no doubt. Oh, 'tis a perilous boy.
Well, let them rest. Come hither, Catesby. Thou art sworn as deeply to affect what we intend as closely to conceal what we impart. What thinkest thou? Is it not an easy matter to make William Lord Hastings of our mind for the installment of this noble duke in the seat royal of this famous isle?
He, for his father's sake, so loves the prince that he will not be one to aught against him.
What thinkst thou then of Stanley?
He will do all in all as Hastings doth.
Well then, no more but this. Go, gentle Catesby, and as it were far off, sound thou Lord Hastings how he does stand affected to our purpose, and summon him to the tower tomorrow to sit about the coronation. If he doth sound amenable to our complots, encourage him and tell him all our reasons. If he be leaden, icy, cold, unwilling, be thou so too, and so break off the talk, and deliver to us inclination of his desires. For we tomorrow hold separate councils, wherein thyself shalt be highly employed.
Commend me to Lord Hastings. Tell him, Catesby, his ancient knot of dangerous adversaries tomorrow are let blood at Pompey Castle.
Good Catesby, go effect this business soundly.
My good lords, both with all the heed I can.
Now, my lord, what shall we do if we perceive Lord Hastings will not yield to our complots?
Cut off his head?
My lord.
Something we will determine. And look, when I am king, claim thou of me the earldom of Hereford and all the movables, whereof the king my brother was possessed.
I'll claim that promise at your grace's hand.
And look to have it yielded with all kindness.
My lord! My lord!
Who's there?
One from the Lord Stanley. First he commends him to your noble son.
What then?
Then certifies that last night he hath dreamt the boar hath raised off his helm. Besides, he says that there are 2 councils kept, and that may be determined at the one, which may make you and him rue at the other.
Go, fellow, go. Return unto thy lord. Bid him not fear the separated council. His honor and myself are at the one, and at the other is my good friend Catesby, where nothing shall proceed that touches us, whereof I shall not have intelligence. Tell him his fears are shallow, without instance. And for his dreams, I wonder he's so simple to trust the mockery of unquiet slumbers. To fly the boar before the boar pursues us, were to incense the boar to follow us, making pursuit when he did mean no chase. Go, return unto thy lord, bid him rise, and come with me, and together we will to the tower, where he shall see the boar shall treat us kindly.
I'll go, my lord, and tell him what you say.
Many good morrows to my noble lord.
Ah, my good friend Catesby. How goes the world in this our tottering state?
It is a reeling world indeed, my lord, and I believe we'll never stand upright till Richard wear the garland of the realm.
How mean you wear the garland? Does that mean the crown?
Aye, my lord.
I would have this crown of mine cut from my shoulders before I see the crown so foul misplaced. But canst thou guess that he doth aim at it?
Aye, on my life, and hopes to find you forward upon his party for the gain thereof. Thereupon he sends you this good news, that this same very day, your enemies, the kindred of the queen, must die at Pomfret.
Indeed, I am no mourner for that news, for they have still been my adversaries. But that I'll give my voice on Richard's side, to bar my master's heirs in true descent, God knows I will not do it. To the death.
'Tis a vile thing to die, my lord, when men are unprepared and look not for it.
Oh, monstrous, monstrous! And so falls it out with Rivers, Vaughan, and Grey. And so 'twill do with some men else that think themselves as safe as thou and I, who, as thou knowest, are dear to princely Richard and to Buckingham.
Princes both make high account of you, for they account his head upon the bridge.
I know they do, and I have well deserved it. Oh, come on, where's your boar spear, man? Fear you the boar and go so unprovided.
Good morrow, my lord. Good morrow, Catesby. You may jest on, but by the holy rood, I do not like these several councils I.
My lord, I do value my life as much as you do yours, and in all my days I do protest. Never was it so precious to me as 'tis now. Think you but that I know our state secure, I would be as triumphant as I am?
The lords at Pomfret, when they rode from London, were jocund and supposed their states were sure, and they indeed had no cause to mistrust. But yet you see how soon the day o'ercast. This sudden stab of rancor I misdoubt. Pray God, I say, I prove a needless coward. What, shall we to the tower? The day is spent.
What you what, my lord? Today, those lords you talked of are beheaded.
They, for their truth, would better wear their heads than some that have accused them wear their hats. But come, my lord, let's away.
Go on before. I'll talk with this good fellow. How now, Sara? How goes the world with thee? Well, I tell thee, man, it goes better with me now than it did when last we met here. Then was I going prisoner to the tower at the request of the queen's allies. Now, I tell thee, and keep it to thyself, this day those enemies are put to death, and I in better state than e'er I was. Now, noble peers, the purpose for this meeting is to determine of the coronation. In God's name, speak. When is the royal day?
Is all things ready for the royal time?
It is, and wants but nomination.
Who knows the Lord Protector's mind herein? Who's most inward with the noble Duke?
Your grace, we think, would soonest know his mind.
We know each other's faces. For our hearts, he knows no more mine than I of yours, nor I of his than you of mine. Lord Hastings, you and he are near in love.
I thank your grace. I know he loves me well. But for the purpose of this coronation, I have not delivered his pleasures, nor has he shown his in any way. And therefore, you may, my honorable lords, may determine the time. And in the Duke's behalf, I'll give my voice, which I presume he'll take in gentle part.
In happy time, here comes the noble Duke himself.
My noble lords and cousins all, good morrow. I have been long a sleeper, but I trust my absence doth neglect no great design, which by my presence might have been concluded.
Had you not come upon your cue, my lord, William Lord Hastings would have sounded your part. I mean, your voice, for the crowning of the king.
His lordship loves me well and knows me well. My lord of Buckingham, a word. Catesby hath sounded Hastings in our business, and finds the testy gentleman so hot he will lose his head ere give consent his master's child, as worshipfully he terms it, shall lose the royalty of England's throne.
Withdraw yourself a while. I'll go with you.
Oh, we have not yet set down the state of triumph. Tomorrow, in my judgment, is too sudden, for I myself am not so well provided, and else I would be were the day prolonged.
I think the Duke looks cheerfully and smooth this morning. There's some conceit or other likes him well when he doth bid good morrow with such spirits. I dare say there's no man in Christendom can lesser hide his love or hate than he, for by his face straight shall you know his heart.
What of his heart perceive you in his face by any livelihood he showed today?
Marry, that were he offended with any man here, he had shown it in his looks.
I pray you all tell me what they deserve that do conspire my death with devilish plots of damned witchcraft, and that have prevailed upon my body with their hellish charms.
The tender love I bear your grace makes me most forward in this princely presence. To doom the offenders, whomsoever they be, I say, my lord, they have deserved death.
Then be your eyes witness of their evil. Look how I am bewitched. Behold! Mine arm is like a blasted sapling withered up, and this is Edward's wife, that monstrous witch, that by her witchcraft thus hath marked me.
If they have done this deed, my noble lord...
If thou protector of this damned strumpet talks unto me of this, thou art a traitor! Off with his head! Now by St. Paul I swear,
I shall not dine until I see the same. Ratcliffe, look that it be done. The rest that love me, rise and follow me.
Woe, woe, woe for England! Not a whit for me, for I too fond might have prevented this. Stanley did dream the boar did raise his helm, and I did scorn it and disdain to fly. Oh, Margaret, Margaret, now thy heavy curse is lighted on poor Hastings' wretched head.
Come, dispatch! The Duke would be at dinner. Make a short shrift. He longs to see your head.
O momentary grace of mortal men, which we hunt for more than the grace of God. He who hangs his hopes on your good looks lives like a drunken sailor on a mast, ready with every nod to tumble down into the fatal bowels of the deep.
Come, dispatch! 'Tis bootless to exclaim.
Oh, bloody Richard! Miserable England! I prophesy the fearfulest time come to thee that ever wretched age hath looked upon. Come, lead me to the block. Bear him my head. They smile at me that shortly shall be dead.
Come, cousin, canst thou quake and change thy color? Murder thy breath in middle of a word, and then again begin, and stop again, as if thou were distraught and mad with terror?
I can ruminate the great tragedy, and ghastly looks are at my service like enforced smiles, and each already in their offices to grace my stratagems. But what, is Catesby gone?
He is. And see, he brings the mayor along.
Ah, Lord Mayor!
Look by the drawbridge there!
Hark, a drum!
Catesby, o'erlook the walls!
My Lord Mayor, the reason we have sent for you...
Look back! Defend thee! Hear our enemies!
Oh, God, and our innocence defended, God!
Have patience. They are friends.
Here is the head of that ignoble traitor, the dangerous and unsuspected Hastings.
So dear I loved the man that I must weep. I took him for the plainest, harmless creature that breathed upon the earth, a Christian.
Well, he was the most covert shelter traitor that ever lived. Would you believe that this subtle traitor had this day in the council house plotted to murder me and my good lord of Gloucester?
Had he done so?
What? Think you we would, against the form of law, proceed thus rashly in the villain's death, but that the extreme peril of the case, the peace of England, and our person's safety enforced us to this execution?
Now fair befall you. He deserved his death. And your good graces both have well proceeded to warn false traitors from the like attempts.
Well, I never expected more of him. Yet, had we not determined he should die until your lordship came to see his end, which the swift haste of these our friends, something against our meanings have prevented. Because, my lord, I would have had you heard the traitor speak and timorously confess the manner and purpose of his treasons, that you might signify the same to the citizens who happily may misconstrue us and wail his death.
But, my good lord, your grace's words shall serve, as well as I had seen and heard him speak. And do not doubt, right, noble princes both. But I'll acquaint our duteous citizens with all your just proceedings in this case.
And to that end, we wish your lordship here to void the censures of a carping world.
Which, since you came too late of our intent, yet witness what you hear we did intend. And so, my gracious Lord Mayor, we bid you farewell.
Go after, cousin Buckingham. The mayor towards Guildhall hies him in all post. There, at your meetest vantage of the time, infer the bastardy of Edward's children. Moreover, urges hateful luxury, bestial appetite, in change of lust, which stretched into their servants, daughters, wives, even where his raging eye or savage heart without control lusted to make a prey. Tell them when that my mother went with child of that insatiate Edward, noble York, my princely father, then had wars in France, and by true computation of the time found that the issue was not his beget, which well appeared in his lineaments, being nothing like the noble duke my father, yet touches sparingly as 'twere far off, because, my lord, you know, my mother lives.
Doubt not, my lord. I'll play the orator as if the golden fee for which I plead were for myself. And so, my lord, adieu.
If you thrive well, look to find me at Baynard's castle, where you shall find me well accompanied with reverend fathers and well-learned bishops.
I go. And look, towards 3 or 4 o'clock, look for the news at the Guildhall of Fords.
Go, Catesby, with all speed to Dr. Shaw, and then to Friar Pinker. Bid them both meet me within this hour at Baynard's castle.
Sir Richard Ratcliffe, let me tell thee this. Today shalt thou behold a subject die for truth, for duty, and for loyalty.
God bless the prince from all the pack of you, and not you are of damned bloodsucker.
You live who shall cry woe for this hereafter.
Dispatch! The limit of your life is out.
Oh, Pomfret, oh thou bloody prison! Fatal and ominous to noble peers. Within the guilty closure of thy walls, Richard II here was hacked to death. And for more slander to thy dismal seat, we give to thee our guiltless blood to drink.
Now Margaret's curse is fallen upon our heads, when she exclaimed on Hastings, you and I, for standing by when Richard stabbed her son.
But thank her she Richard, thank her she Buckingham, thank her she Hastings. Oh, remember, God, to hear her prayer for them as now for us. And for my sister and her princely sons. Be satisfied, dear God, with our true blood, which, as thou knowest, unjustly must be spilt.
Make haste! The hour of death is expedient.
Come, Gray. Come on. Let us here embrace. Farewell, until we meet again in heaven.
How now? What say the citizens?
By the young, now by the holy mother of our Lord, the citizens, a mum, say not a word.
Touched you not the bastardy of Edward's children?
I did, and the insatiate greediness of his desires, his enforcement of the city wives, his own bastardy, as being God, your father then in France, and his resemblance being not like the Duke. Although I did infer your lineaments as being the right idea of your father, both in your form and your nobleness of mind, your discipline in war, your wisdom in peace, your bounty, virtue, and fair humility. And when mine oratory grew toward end, I bid them that did love their country's good cry, God save Richard, England's royal king.
And did they so?
No. So God help me if they spake not a word. Looked stag each on other and looked deadly pale.
What tongueless blocks were they? Would they not speak? Will not the mayor then and his brethren come?
Oh, the mayor is here at hand. Look, you show some fear, and be not too enjoined with what we have to say. And look, you get a prayer book in your hand, and stand between two churchmen, good my lord, and be not so easily won by our requests.
I go, and if you plead as well for them as I can say nay to thee for myself, no doubt we bring it to a happy issue.
Oh, my lord mayor, welcome. I fear the Duke will not be spoke withal. Oh, Catesby, what says your lord to my request?
He doth entreat your grace, my noble lord, to visit him tomorrow or next day, He is within with 2 right reverend fathers, divinely bent to meditation, and in no worldly suits would he be moved to draw him from his holy exercise.
Good Catesby, return again to his grace. Tell him myself, the mayor, and aldermen are come in deep designs at matter of great moment to have some conference with him.
I'll signify so much unto him straight.
This prince is not an Edward, my lord. He's not lolling on a lewd love bed, but on his knees at meditation. Happy were England would this virtuous prince take on his grace the sovereignty thereof, but sure I fear we shall not win him to it.
Mary, God defend his grace should say us nay.
I fear he will. Here Catesby comes again. Now, Catesby, what says his grace?
He wonders to what end you have assembled such troops of citizens to come to him. He fears, my lord, you mean no good to him.
Sorry I am. My noble cousin should suspect me that I mean no good to him. By heaven, we come to him in perfect love. And so, Catesby, once more, return to his grace and tell him so. When holy and devout religious men are at their beads, 'tis much to draw them thence. So sweet is zealous contemplation.
But see where his grace stands, 'tween 2 clergymen.
And see, a book of prayer in his hand, true ornaments to know a holy man. Famous Plantagenet, most gracious prince, lend favorable ear to our request, and pardon us the interruption of thy devotion and right Christian zeal.
My lord, there needs no such apology. I do suspect I have done some offense that seems disgracious in the city's eye.
You have, my lord. Would it might please your grace upon our treaties to amend that fault?
Elsewhere for breathe I in a Christian land?
No, then, it is your fault that you resign the supreme seat, the throne majestical, your state of fortune, and your due of birth to the corruption of a corrupt faith. The noble isle doth want her proper limbs.
Aye.
Her face defaced with scars of infamy, which to recur we heartily solicit your grace to take upon yourself the charge and kingly government of this your land, not as protector, steward, substitute, but as successively, from blood to blood, your right of birth, your empery, your own.
Yes.
I, in this just cause, come I to amend your grace.
I cannot tell if to depart in silence or bitterly to speak in your reproof.
Oh.
Best fitteth my degree or your condition. Your love deserves my thanks, but my desert, unmeritable, shuns your high request.
Oh, no, my lord.
First, if all obstacles were cut away, and that my path were even to the crown, as the right revenue and due of birth, yet so much is my poverty of spirit, so mighty and so many my defects, that I would rather hide me from my greatness. But God be thanked, there is no need of me. The royal tree hath left us royal fruit, which mellowed by the stealing hours of time will well become the seat of majesty, and make, no doubt, us happy by his reign.
You say that Edward is your brother's son. So say we too, but not by Edward's wife.
Yes.
A beauty waning and distressed beauty, even in the afternoon of her best days, made prize and purchase of his wanton eye, seduced the pitch and height of his degree, to base declension and loathed bigamy.
Aye.
By her, in his unlawful bed, he got this Edward, whom our manners call the prince. Now, good my lord, take upon your royal self this proffered benefit of dignity.
Do, good my lord, your citizens entreat you.
Refuse, mighty lord, this proffered love.
Oh, make them happy, grant their lawful suit.
Aye.
Alas, why would you heap this care on me? I am unfit for state and majesty.
Oh!
I cannot, nor I will not yield to you.
Yet no, where'er you accept our suit or no, your brother's son shall never reign, our king, but we will plant another in the throne, to the disgrace and downfall of your house, And in this resolution, here we leave you. Come, citizens, zoos, I'll entreat no more.
If you deny them, all the land will rue it.
Will you enforce me to a world of cares? Call them again. I am not made of stones. Cousin of Buckingham and sage grave men, since you will buckle fortune on my back to bear her burden whether I will or no, I must have patience to endure the load.
Yes. God bless your grace. We see it and will say it.
And here then I salute you with this royal title. God save Richard, England's worthy king.
God save Richard, England's worthy king. God save Richard, England's worthy king.
Tomorrow then, we shall crown your royal grace, and so most joyously we take our leave.
Come, let us to our holy work again. Farewell, my cousin. Farewell, gentle friends.
Who meets us here?
God give your graces both a happy and joyful time of day.
As much to you, good sister. Whither away?
No farther than the tower, and as I guess upon the like devotion as yourselves, to gratulate the gentle princes there.
Kind sister, thanks. We'll enter all together. And in good time, here the lieutenant comes. Master Lieutenant, I pray you, by your leave, how doth the prince and my young son of York?
Right well, dear madam. By your patience, I may not suffer you to visit them. The king hath strictly charged the contrary.
The king? Who's that?
I mean the Lord protect.
The Lord protect him from that kingly title. Hath he set bounds between their love and me? I am their mother. Who shall bar me from them?
I am their father's mother. I will see them.
Their aunt I am in-law. In love, their mother, then bring me to their sights. I'll bear thy blame and take thy office from thee on my peril.
No, madam, no. I may not leave it so. I am bound by oath, and therefore pardon me.
Let me but meet you ladies 1 hour hence, and I'll salute your grace of York as mother and reverend looker-on of 2 fair queens. Come, madam, you must straight to Westminster, there to be crowned Richard's royal queen.
Despiteful tidings! Unpleasing news!
Be of good cheer, mother. How fares your grace?
Oh, Dorset, speak not to me. Death and destruction dogs thee at thy heels. Thy mother's name is ominous to children. If thou wilt outstrip death, go, cross the seas, and live with Richmond from the reach of hell. Go, hie thee from this slaughterhouse, lest thou increase the number of the dead, and make me die the thrall of Margaret's curse, nor mother, wife, nor England's counted queen.
Full of wise care is this your counsel, madam. Take all the swift advantage of the hours. You shall have letters from me to my son in your behalf to meet you on the way. Be not ta'en tardy by unwise delay.
My accursed womb, thou bed of death! A cockatrice hast thou hatched into the world, whose unavoided eye is murderous.
Come, madam, come. I in all haste was sent.
And I with all unwillingness will go. Would to God that the inclusive verge of golden metal that must round my brow were red-hot steel to sear me to the brains. Anointed let me be with deadly venom and die ere men can say, God save the queen.
Go, poor soul, I envy not thy glory. To feed my humor, wish thyself no harm.
No? Why? When he that is my husband now came to me as I followed Henry's course. When I say I looked on Richard's face, this was my wish. Be thou, quoth I, accursed for making me so young, so old a widow. And when thou weddest, let sorrow haunt thy bed, and be thy wife, if any be so mad, more miserable by the life of thee than thou hast made me by my dear lord's death. Lo, ere I can repeat this curse again within so Small a time, my woman's heart grossly grew captive to his honey words and proved the subject of mine own soul's curse. Besides, he hates me for my father Warwick, and will no doubt shortly be rid of me.
Adieu, poor soul. I pity thy complaining.
No more than with my soul I mourn for yours.
Farewell, thou woeful welcomer of glory.
Adieu, poor soul that takes thy leave of it.
Go thou to Richmond, and good fortune guide thee. Go thou to Richard, and good angels tend thee. Go thou to sanctuary, and good thoughts possess thee. I to my grave, where peace and rest lie with me.
Stay, yet look back with me unto the tower. Pity, you ancient stones, those tender babes, whom envy hath immured within your walls. Rough cradle for such little pretty ones. Rude ragged nurse, old sullen playfellow for tender princes. Use my babies well. So foolish sorrows bids your stones farewell.
Cousin of Buckingham!
My gracious sovereign!
Give me thy hand! Thus high by thy advice and thy assistance is King Richard seated.
Hurrah!
But shall we enjoy these pleasures for a day, or shall they last and we rejoice in them?
Still live they, and forever let them last.
Yes.
Ah, Buckingham. Now do I play the touch to try if thou be current gold indeed.
Say on, my lord.
Young Edward lives. Think now what I would speak. Why, Buckingham, I say I would be king.
Why, so you are, my lord, my thrice renowned lord.
Ha! Am I king? 'Tis so. But Edward lives.
True, my lord.
Oh, bitter consequence that Edward still should live, true noble lord. Cousin, thou wast not wont to be so dull. Shall I be plain? I wish the bastards dead, and I would have it suddenly performed. What sayest thou now? Speak suddenly. Be brief.
Your grace may do your pleasure.
Tut, tut, thou art all ice, thy kindness freezes. Say, do I have thy consent that they shall die?
Give me some little breath, some pause, my lord, before I positively speak in this manner. I will resolve you herein presently.
High-reaching Buckingham grows circumspect. Ratcliffe!
My lord?
Knowst thou not whom corrupting gold will tempt unto a close exploit of death?
I know a discontented gentleman whose humble means match not his haughty spirit. Gold were as good as 20 orators, and will, no doubt, tempt him to anything.
What is his name?
His name, my lord, is Tyrrell.
I partly know the man. Go, call him hither. The deep, revolving, witty Buckingham no more shall be the neighbor to my counsels. Hath he so long held out with me untired, and stops he now to take a breath? Will be it so. Now, Lord Stanley, what's the news?
No, my loving lord. The Marquess Dorset, as I hear, is fled to Richmond in the parts where he abides.
Catesby! Rumors abroad that Anne, my wife, is very grievous sick. I will take order for her keeping close. Ah! Look how thou dreamst! I say again, give out that Anne, my queen, is sick and like to die. About it! I must be married to my brother's daughter, or else my kingdom stands on brittle glass. Murder her brothers and then marry her.
Uncertain way of gain, but I am in so far in blood that sin will pluck on sin. Is thy name Tyrrell?
James Tyrrell, and your most loyal subject.
Art thou indeed?
Prove me, my lord.
Darest thou resolve to kill a friend of mine?
Please you, but I would rather kill 2 enemies.
Why then thou hast it. 2 deep enemies, foes to my rest and my sweet sleeps. Disturbers are they that I would have thee deal upon. Tyrrell, I mean those bastards in the tower.
Give me open means to come to them, and I will rid you of the fear of them.
Thou sing'st sweet music. Hark, come hither, Tyrrell. Go by this token. Say it is done, and I will love thee, and prefer thee for it.
I will dispatch it straight.
My lord, I've considered in my mind this late request that you did sound me in.
Well, let that rest. Dorset is fled to Richmond.
I hear the news, my lord.
Stanley! He is your wife's son. Well, look unto it.
My lord, I claim the gift, my due by promise, for which your honor and your faith is pawned. The earldom of Hereford and the movables, which you have promised that I shall possess.
Stanley, look to your wife. If she should convey letters to Richmond, you shall answer it.
My lord, what says your grace to my just request?
I do remember me, Henry VI did prophesy that Richmond should be king when Richmond was a little peevish boy.
My lord.
King.
My lord.
What chance the prophet could not at that time have told me, I being by, that I should kill him?
My lord, your promise for the earldom.
Aye, what's o'clock?
I am thus bold to put your grace in mind of what you promised me.
I am not in the vein today.
Well, why then resolve me whether you will or no.
I am not in the vein! Thou troublest me.
And is it thus? Repays he my deep service with such contempt? Made I him king for this? Oh, let me think on Hastings and be gone. To Brecknock, while my fearful head is on.
The tyrannous and bloody act is done. The most arch deed of ruthless butchery that ever yet this land is guilty of. Dighton and Forrest, whom I did suborn to do this piece of piteous massacre, albeit they were fleshed villains, bloody dogs, melted with tenderness and mild compassion, wept like 2 children at their death's sad story. Thus, quoth Dighton, oh, thus lay the gentle babes, thus, girding each other with their innocent alabaster arms. A book of prayers on their pillow lay, which once, quoth Forrest, almost changed my mind. But, oh, the devil! There the villain stopped, and Dighton told on. We smothered the most replenished sweet work of nature that from the prime creation e'er she framed. Thus they were done, with remorse and conscience. They could not speak, so I left them both to give this tidings to our bloody king. And here he comes. All health, my sovereign.
Kind Tyrrell, am I happy in thy news?
If to have done the thing that you gave charge beget your happiness,
But
be
did-
happy then,
but didst
for
thou-
I have done it.
Didst thou see them dead?
I did, my lord.
And very gentle Tyrrell.
The chaplain tower buried them, my lord, but to tell the truth, I know not where.
Tyrrell, come to me soon at after supper when thou shalt tell the process of their deaths. Meantime, think how I may do thee good and be inheritor of thy desire. Farewell till then.
I humbly take my leave.
The sons of Edward sleep in Abram's bosom, and Anne, my wife, have bid this world good night.
Now, for I know the Breton Richmond aims at young Elizabeth, my brother's daughter, and by that knot looks proudly on the crown. To her go I, a jolly, thriving wooer.
My lord!
Good or bad news that thou comest so bluntly?
Bad news, my lord. Morton is fled to Richmond, and Buckingham, back with the hardy Welshman, is in the field, and still his power increaseth.
Morton with Richmond troubles me more near than Buckingham and his rash-levied strength. Go, muster men, my counsel is my shield. We must be brief when traitors brave the field.
So now, prosperity begins to mellow and drop into the rotten mouth of death. Here, in these confines, slyly have I lurked to watch the waning of mine enemies. Withdraw thee, wretched Margaret, who comes here?
My poor princess! Oh, my tender babes! If yet your gentle souls fly in the air, and be not fixed in doom perpetual, hover about me with your airy wings, and hear your mother's lamentation.
So many miseries have crazed my voice that my woe-weary tongue is still and mute. Edward Plantagenet, why art thou dead?
Plantagenet doth quit Plantagenet. Edward for Edward pays a dying debt.
Wilt thou, O God, fly from such gentle lambs and throw them in the entrails of the wolf? When didst thou sleep when such a deed was done?
When holy Harry died and my sweet son.
Dead life, blind sight, poor mortal living ghost. Woe seen, world shame, graves due by life usurped. Brief abstract and record of tedious days. Rest my unrest on England's lawful shore, unlawfully made drunk with innocent blood.
That thou couldst as soon afford a grave as thou canst yield a melancholy seat, then would I hide my bones, not rest them here. Oh, who hath any cause to mourn but we?
If ancient sorrow be most reverend, give mine the benefit of seniority, and let my griefs frown on the upper hand. If sorrow can admit society, tell all your woes again by viewing mine. I had an Edward till a Richard killed him. I had a husband till a Richard killed him. And thou hadst an Edward till a Richard killed him. And thou hadst a Richard till a Richard killed him.
I had a Richard too, till thou didst kill him. I had a Rutland too, thou helpst to kill him.
And thou hadst a Clarence too, and a Richard killed him. From forth the kennel of thy womb hath crept a hellhound that doth hunt us all to death. Oh, upright, just, and true disposing God, how I do thank thee that this carnal cur preys on the issue of his mother's body.
Oh, Harry's wife, triumph not in my woes. I have wept for thee, God witness with me.
Oh, bear with me, I am hungry for revenge. Thy Edward, he is dead that killed my Edward. Thy other Edward dead to quit my Edward. And young York, he is but boot, because both they match not the high perfection of my loss. And thy Clarence, he is dead that stabbed my Edward, and the beholders of this frantic play, the adulterate Hastings River, Maud Grey, untimely smothered in their dusky graves. Richard yet lives, but at hand, ensues his piteous and unpitied end. Earth gapes, hell burns, fiends roar, and saints pray to have him suddenly conveyed from hence. Cancel his bond of life, dear God, I pray, that I may live to say, the dog is dead.
Oh, thou didst prophesy the time should come that I would wish for thee to help me curse that bottled spider, that foul bunchbacked toad.
I called thee then, vain flourish of my fortune. I called thee then, poor shadow-painted queen. The presentation of but what I was, a mother only marked with 2 fair babes, a sign of dignity, a breath, a bubble, a queen in jest only to fill the scene. Where is thy husband now? Where be thy brothers? Where are thy 2 sons? Wherein dost thou joy, who sues and kneels and says, God save the queen? Where be the bending peers that flattered thee? Where be the thronging troops that followed thee? Decline all this, and see now what thou art. For happy wife, a most distressed widow, for joyful mother, one that wails the name, for queen, a very caitiff, crowned with care. For she that scorned at me, now scorned of me. For she being feared by all, now fearing one. For she commanding all, obeyed of none. And thus hath the course of justice whirled about, leaving thee but a very prey to time, having no more but thought of what thou wast, to torture thee the more, being what thou art. Thou didst usurp my place, and dost thou not usurp the just proportion of my sorrow? Now thy proud neck bears half my burden yoke, from which even here I slip my weary head, and leave the burden of it all on. Farewell, York's wife, and queen of sad mischance. These English woes shall make me smile in France.
My words are dull. Oh, quicken them with thine.
Thy woes will make them sharp and pierce like mine.
Why should calamity be full of words?
Let them have scope, though what they will impart help nothing else, yet do they ease the heart.
So, then be not tongue-tied. Go with me, and with the breath of bitter words will smother my damned son, that thy true sweet son be smothered. The trumpet sounds, be copious and strange.
Who intercepts me in my expedition?
Oh, she that might have intercepted thee by strangling thee in her accursed womb from all the slaughter's wretch that thou hast done.
Hidest thou that forehead with a golden crown, where should be branded, if that right were right, the slaughter of the prince that owed that crown, and the dire death of my poor sons and brother? Tell me, thou villain slave, where are my children?
Thy toad, where is thy brother, Clarence?
Where is the gentle rivers, Vaughan and Grey?
Where is kind Hastings?
The flourish trumpets, strike alarm drums, let not the heavens hear these telltale women rail on the Lord's anointed. Strike, I say! Either be patient and entreat me fair, or with the clamorous report of war, thus will I drown your exclamations.
Art thou my son?
Aye, I thank God, my kingdom and yourself.
Then patiently hear my impatience.
Madam, I have a touch of your condition that cannot brook the accent of reproof.
Oh, let me speak.
Do then, but I'll not hear.
I will be mild and gentle in my words.
And brief, good mother, for I am in haste.
Oh, art thou so hasty? I have stayed for thee, God knows, in torment and in agony.
Came I not at last to comfort you?
No, by the holy brood, thou knowest it well. Thou camest on earth to make the earth my hell. A grievous burden was thy birth to me, tetchy and wayward in thy infancy. Thy school days frightful, wild, and furious. Thy prime of manhood, bold, daring, venturous. Thy age confirmed, proud, subtle, sly, and bloody. What comfortable hour canst thou name that ever graced me with thy company?
If I be so disgracious in your eye, let me march on and not offend you, madam. Strike up the drum.
I prithee, let me speak.
You speak too bitterly.
Hear me a word, and I shall never speak to thee again.
So,
Either thou wilt die by God's just ordinance, ere from this war thou turnst a conqueror, or I, with grief and extreme age, will perish and never more behold thy face again. Therefore, take with thee my most grievous curse, that on the day of battle tire thee more than all the complete armor that thou wearest. My prayers on the adverse party fight, and there the little souls of Edward's children will whisper the spirit of thine enemies, and promise them success and victory. Bloody thou art, bloody will be thy end. Shame serves thy life, and doth thy death attend.
Though far more cause, yet much less spirit to curse abides in me, I say amen to her.
Stay, madam, I must talk a word with you.
I have no more sons of the royal blood for thee to slaughter.
You have a daughter.
Oh, let her live, and I'll corrupt her manners, stain her beauty, slander myself as false to Edward's bed, that she may live unscarred of bleeding slaughter. I will confess she was not Edward's daughter.
Wrong not her birth, she is a royal princess.
To save her life, I will say she is not so.
Her life is safest only in her birth.
And only in that safety died her brothers.
You speak as if that I had slain my cousins.
Whose hands soever lanced their tender hearts, thy hand all indirectly gave direction. My tongue should to thy ears not name my boys, till that my nails were anchored in thine eye.
Madam, I intend more good to you and yours than ever you or yours by me were harmed.
Tell me, what state, what dignity, what honor canst thou demise to any child of mine? Be brief, lest that the process of thy kindness last longer telling than thy kindness date.
Then know that from my soul I love thy daughter, and do intend to make her Queen of England.
Well then, who dost thou intend should be her king?
Even he that makes her Queen. Who else should
be? Thou!
Even so, how think you of it?
How canst thou woo her?
That would I learn of you, as one being best acquainted by her humor.
Send to her, by the man that slew her brothers, a pair of bleeding hearts, thereon engrave Edward and York. If this inducement move her not to love, send her a letter of thy noble deeds. Tell her thou madest away her uncle Clarence, her uncle Rivers, aye, and for her sake madest quick conveyance with her good Aunt Anne.
You mock me, madam. This is not the way to win your daughter.
There is no other way, unless thou couldst put on some other shape, and not be Richard that hath done all this.
Look, what is done cannot be now amended. Men shall deal unadvisedly sometimes, which after hours gives leisure to repent. If I did take the kingdom from your sons to make amends, I'll give it to your daughter. If I have killed the issue of your womb, to quicken your increase, I will beget mine issue of your blood upon your daughter. Your children were vexation to your youth, but mine will be a comfort to your age. The loss you have is but a son being king, and by that loss, your daughter is made queen. I cannot make you what amends I would, therefore accept such kindness as I can. Dorset, thy son, that with a fearful soul leads discontented steps in foreign soil, this fair alliance quickly shall call home to high promotions and great dignity. The king that calls thy beauteous daughter wife, familiarly shall call thy Dorset brother. Again shall you be mother to a king. What? We have many goodly days to see. Go then, my mother, to thy daughter go. Plead what I will be, not what I have been. Prepare her ears to hear a wooer's tale. And when this arm of mine hath chastised that petty rebel, dull-brained Buckingham, bound with triumphant garlands will I come, and lead thy daughter to a conqueror's bed, and she shall be sole victress, Caesar's Caesar.
What were I best to say? Her father's brother would be her lord. Or should I say, her uncle, or he that slew her brothers and her uncles? Under what title shall I woo for thee that God, the law, my honor, and her love can make seem pleasing to her tender years?
Infer fair England's peace by this alliance,
which she shall purchase with still lasting war.
Say she shall be a high and mighty queen,
to veil the title as her mother doth.
Say I will love her everlasting.
But how long shall that title ever last?
Sweetly in force until her fair life's end.
But how long fairly shall her sweet life last?
As long as heaven and nature lengthens.
As long as hell and Richard likes of it.
Your reasons are too shallow and too quick.
No, my reasons are too deep and dead. Too deep and dead, poor infants in their grave.
Harp not on that string, madam, that is past.
Harp on it still shall I, till heartstrings break.
Now by my George, my garter, and my crown.
Profaned, dishonored, and the third usurped.
I swear.
By nothing, for this is no oath. If something thou wouldst swear to be believed, swear then by something that thou hast not wronged.
Why then by myself?
Thyself is self-misused.
Now by the world.
'Tis full of thy foul wrongs.
My father's death.
Thy life hath it dishonored.
Why then by God?
God's wrong is most of all. If thou didst fear to break an oath with him, the imperial metal circling now thy head had graced the tender temples of my child, and both the princes had been breathing here. What canst thou swear by now?
The time to come.
That hast thou wronged in the time o'erpast.
As I intend to prosper and repent, so thrive I in my dangerous affairs of hostile arms. Myself confound. Heaven and fortune bar me happy hours, if with dear heart's love I tender not that beauteous princely daughter. In her consists my happiness and thine. Without her follows to myself and thee, herself, the land, and many a Christian soul, death, desolation, ruin, and decay. It cannot be avoided but by this. It will not be avoided but by this. Therefore, dear mother, I must call you so. Be the attorney of my love to her. Plead what I will be, not what I have been, not my deserts, but what I will deserve.
Yet thou didst kill my children.
But in her womb I bury them, where in that nest of spicery they will breed cells of themselves to your recomforture.
Shall I go win my daughter to thy will?
And be a happy mother by the deed?
I go. Write to me very shortly, and you will understand from me her mind.
Bear her my true love's kiss.
And so farewell.
Relenting fool and shallow-changing woman! How now, what news?
Most mighty sovereign, on the western coast rideth a puissant navy. To our shores throng many doubtful, hollow-hearted friends, unarmed and unresolved to beat them back. 'Tis thought that Richmond is their admiral, and there they hold, expecting but the aid of Buckingham to welcome them ashore.
Some light-footed friend posted the Duke of Norfolk. Ratcliffe thyself, or Catesby, where is he?
Here, my lord.
Catesby, fly to the Duke.
I will, with all convenient haste.
Ratcliffe, come hither. Post to Salisbury. When thou comes the dull, unmindful villain, why stayst thou here and goest not to the Duke?
First, mighty liege, tell me your highness's pleasure, what from your grace I shall deliver to him.
Oh. True, good Catesby. Bid him levy straight the greatest strength and power that he can muster, and meet me suddenly at Salisbury.
I go.
What may it please you shall I do at Salisbury?
Why, what wouldst thou do there before I go?
Your highness told me I should post before.
My mind has changed. How now, Stanley, what's the news?
None good, my liege, to please you with the hearing, but none so bad, but well may be reported.
Hoity, a riddle! Neither good nor bad. Once more, what news?
Richmond is on the seas.
There, let him sink and be the seas on him, white-livered runagate. What doth he there?
I know not, mighty sovereign, but by guess.
Well, as you guess.
Well, stirred up by Dorset, Buckingham, and Morton, he makes for England here to claim the crown.
Is the chair empty? Is the sword unswayed? Is the king dead, the empire unpossessed? What heir of York is there alive but we? And who is England's king but great York's heir? Then tell me, what makes he upon the seas?
One less for that, my liege, I cannot guess.
Thou wilt revolt and fly to him, I fear.
Oh no, my loving lord, therefore mistrust me not.
Where be thy powers then to beat him back? Where be thy tenants and thy followers? Are they not now upon the western shore, safe conducting the rebels from their ships?
No, my good lord, my friends are in the north.
Call friends to me. What do they in the north when they should serve their sovereign in the west?
They have not been commanded, mighty king. Pleaseth your majesty to give me leave. I'll muster up my friends and meet your grace where and what time your majesty shall please.
Aye, thou wouldst be gone to join with Richmond, but I'll not trust thee.
Most mighty sovereign, you have no cause to hold my friendship doubtful. I never was, nor never will be false.
Go then, mustermen, but leave behind your son, George Stanley. Look your hearts be firm, or else his head's assurance is but frail.
My gracious sovereign, now in Devonshire, Sir Edward Courtney and the haughty prelate, the Bishop of Exeter, his elder brother, with many more confederates are in arms.
In Kent, my liege, the Guilfords are in arms. In every hour more competitors flock to the rebels and their power grows strong.
My lord, the army of great...
Out on you owls, nothing but songs of death. There, take thou that till I bring better news.
The news I have to tell you, Grace, is that by sudden floods and fall of waters, Buckingham's army is dispersed and scattered, and he himself wandered away alone, no man knows whither.
I cry you mercy. Hath any well-advised friend proclaimed reward on him that brings the traitor in?
Such proclamation hath been made.
Sir Thomas Lovell and Lord Marquess Dorset, 'tis said, my liege, in Yorkshire are in arms. But this good comfort bring I to your highness. The Breton navy is dispersed by tempest.
March on, if not to fight with foreign enemies, yet to beat down these rebels here at home.
My liege, the Duke of Buckingham is taken.
Woo!
That is the best news, that the Earl of Richmond is with a mighty power landed at Milford is colder tidings, yet they must be told.
Away to Salisbury! While we reason here, a royal battle might be won and lost. Someone take order Buckingham be brought to Salisbury. The rest, march on with me.
Sir Christopher, tell Richmond this from me, that in the sty of the most deadly boar, my son, George Stanley, is franked up and hold. If I revolt, off goes young George's head. The fear of that holds off my present aid. So get thee gone, commend me to thy lord. Oh, withal say that the queen hath heartily consented he shall espouse Elizabeth, her daughter. Oh, but tell me, where is princely Richmond now?
At Richmond, or at Hartford West in Wales.
Okay, and what men of name resort to him?
Sir Walter Herbert, a renowned soldier, Sir Gilbert Talbot, Sir William Stanley, Oxford, redoubted Pembroke, and many more of great name and worth, and towards London do they bend their power, if on the way they be not fought withal.
Oh, well, hie thee to thy lord, I kiss his hand. My letter will resolve him of my mind. Farewell!
Farewell.
Will not King Richard let me speak with him?
No good, my lord. Therefore, be patient.
Hastings, Ray and Rivers, Edward's children, holy King Henry, and thy fair son Edward, gone, and all that have miscarried underhanded, corrupted, foul injustice, if that thy moody, discontented souls do through the clouds behold this present hour, even for revenge, mock my destruction. This is All Souls' Day, fellow, is it not?
It is.
Why, then All Souls' Day is my body's doomsday. This is the day which in King Edward's time I wished might fall on me when I was found fault to his children and his wife's allies. This All Souls' Day, to my fearful soul, is the determined respite of my wrongs. That high all-seer which I dallied with hath turned my fainted prayer in my head. Thus Margaret's curse falls heavy on my neck. When he, quoth she, shall split thy heart with sorrow, remember, Margaret was a prophetess. Come, lead me, officer, to the block of shame. Wrong hath but wrong, and blame the due of blame.
Fellows in arms, and my most loving friends, bruised underneath the yoke of tyranny, thus far into the bowels of the land have we marched on without impediment. And here receive we from our father Stanley lines of fair comfort and encouragement. The wretched, bloody, and usurping boar that spoiled your summer fields and fruitful vines is now even in the center of this isle, near to the town of Leicester, as we learn. From Tamworth thither is but one day's march. In God's name, cheerly on, courageous friends, to reap the harvest of perpetual peace by this one bloody trial of sharp war.
Every man's conscience is 1,000 men to fight this bloody homicide.
I doubt not, but his friends will turn to us.
He hath no friends, but what are friends for fear, which in his dearest need will fly from him.
All for our advantage. Then in God's name, march! True hope is swift and flies with swallows' wings. Kings it makes gods, and meaner creatures kings.
Here pitch our tent, even here in Bosworth Field. My lord of Norfolk.
Here, most gracious lord.
Norfolk, we must have knocks, huh? Must we not?
Well, we must both give and take, my loving lord.
Up with the tent! You will lie tonight. Who'd describe the number of the traitors?
6,000 or 7,000 is their utmost power.
Why, our battalion trebles that account. Up with the tent! Come, my lord, noble lords. Let's lack no discipline, make no delay. For lords, tomorrow is a busy day.
Give me some ink and paper in my tent. I'll draw the form and model of the battle, limit each leader to his several charge, and part in just proportion our small power. Yet one thing more, good captain, do for me. Where is Lord Stanley quartered, do you know?
Unless I've mistaken his colors much, which I'm well assured I have not done, his regiment lies half a mile at least south from the mighty power of the king.
If without peril it be possible, sweet Blunt, make some good means to speak with him and give him from me this most needful note.
Upon my life, my lord, I'll undertake it. And so God give you quiet rest tonight.
Good night, good Captain Blunt. Come, gentlemen, let us consult upon tomorrow's business.
I will not sup tonight. Give me some ink and paper. What, is my armor all laid into my tent?
It is, my liege, and all things are in readiness.
Good Norfolk, hie thee to thy charge. Use careful watch. Choose trusty sentinels.
I go, my lord.
Catesby!
Here, my lord.
Send out a pursuivant to Stanley's regiment. Bid him bring his power before sunrising, lest his son George fall into the blind cave of eternal night. Ratcliffe,
My lord.
saw'st thou the melancholy of Lord Northumberland?
Thomas the Earl of Surrey and himself went through the army cheering up the soldiers.
So I am satisfied. Give me a bowl of wine. I have not that alacrity of spirit, nor cheer of mind that I was wont to have. Is ink and paper ready?
It is, my lord.
Bid my guard watch, leave me. Set it down. Ratcliffe, about the mid of night, come to my tent and help to arm me. Leave me, I say.
Fortune and victory sit on thy hand! All comfort that the dark night can afford be to thy person, noble father-in-law. Tell me, how fares our loving mother?
I, by attorney, bless thee for thy mother, who prays continually for Richmond's good. So much for that. The silent hours steal on, and flaky darkness breaks within the east. In brief, for so the season bids us be, prepare thy battle early in the morning, and put thy fortune to the arbitrament of bloody strokes and mortal staring war. As I may, that which I would, I cannot. With best advantage will deceive the time to aid thee in this doubtful shock of arms. For on my side I may not be too forward, lest being seen my brother, tender George, be executed in his father's sight. Farewell. Oh, God, give us leisure for these rites of love. Oh, once more. Adieu. Be valiant and speed well.
Oh, thou, whose captain I account myself, look on my forces with a gracious eye. Put in their hands thy bruising irons of wrath, that they may crush down with a heavy fall the usurping helmets of our adversaries. To thee, I do commend my watchful soul. Sleeping and waking, ho, defend me still.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow. Think on how thou stabbedst me in my prime of youth at Crooksbury. Despair therefore and die.
Was punctured full of of deadly holes.
Let me sit heavy on thy soul tomorrow. Poor Clarence, by thy guile betrayed to death. Tomorrow in the battle.
Let me sit heavy in thy soul tomorrow.
Think upon
Rivers
and
that died as guilty, guiltily aware and died of death, and thy days remember his The first was I that felt thy tyranny, the last was I that felt my tyranny. Oh, and the battle came in his hand, and I tear thy guiltiness. Dream on of bloody deeds and death, facing despair, despairing, yield thy breath.
God and good angels fight on Richmond's side, and Richard fall in fight from all his pride.
Give me another horse. Bind up my wounds. Have mercy, Jesus! Soft, I did but dream. Oh, coward conscience, how dost thou afflict me? Cold, fearful drops stand in my trembling flesh. What do I fear? Myself? There's none else by. Richard loves Richard, that is I am I. Is there a murderer here? No. Yes, I am. Then fly. What, from myself? Great reason why? Lest I revenge. What, myself upon myself? Back, I love myself. Wherefore? For any good that I myself have done unto myself? Oh no. Alas, I'd rather hate myself for hateful deeds committed by myself. I am a villain. Yet I lie. I am not fool if thyself speak well. Fool, do not flatter. My conscience have 1,000 several tongues, and every tongue brings in a several tale, and every tale condemns me for a villain. Throng to the bar, crying all guilty, guilty. I shall despair. There is no creature loves me, and if I die, no soul will pity me. Nay, wherefore should they, since that I myself find in myself no pity to myself? Thought the souls of all that I had murdered came to my tent, and every one did fret tomorrow's vengeance on the head of Richard. Who's there?
My lord!
Oh.
Ratcliffe, my lord, 'tis I. Your friends are up and buckle on their armor.
Oh, Ratcliffe, I have dreamed a fearful dream. Would think so. Will our friends prove all true?
No doubt, my lord.
Oh, Ratcliffe, I fear.
Nay, good my lord, be not afraid of shadows.
By the Apostle Paul's shadows tonight have struck more fear to the soul of Richard than can the substance of 10,000 soldiers armored and proof and led by shallow Richmond. 'Tis not yet near day. Come, go with me. Under our tents I'll play the eavesdropper to see if any mean to shrink from me.
Good morrow, Richmond. Cry mercy, lords and watchful gentlemen, that you have taken a tardy sluggard here.
Oh, how have you slept, my lord?
The sweetest sleep and fairest boding dreams that ever entered in a drowsy head have I since your departures had, my lords. Methought the souls whose bodies Richard murdered came to my tent and cried on victory. I promise you, my soul is very jocund in remembrance of so fair a dream. How far into the morning is it, lords?
Upon the stroke of 4.
Why then 'tis time to arm and give direction. More than I have said, loving countrymen, the leisure and enforcement of the time forbids to dwell upon. Yet remember this. God and our good cause fights upon our side. Richard accept Those whom we fight against would rather have us win than him they follow. For what is he they follow? Truly, gentlemen, a bloody tyrant and a homicide. One raised in blood and one in blood established. One that made means to come by what he hath and slaughtered those that were the means to help him. A base, foul stone, made precious by the foil of England's chair where he is falsely set. One that hath ever been God's enemy. Then if you fight against God's enemy, God will in justice ward you as his soldiers. If you do sweat to put a tyrant down, you sleep in peace, the tyrant being slain. And in the name of God and all these rights, advance your standards, draw your willing swords. For me, the ransom of my bold attempt shall be this cold corpse on the earth's cold face. But if I thrive, the gain of my attempt, the least of you shall share his part thereof. Sound drums and trumpets, boldly and cheerfully, God and St. George, Richmond, and victory!
Ratcliffe! My lord? The sun will not be seen today. The sky doth frown and lower upon our army. And with these dewy tears from the ground, not be seen today. Why, what's that to me more than to Richmond? For the selfsame heaven that frowns on me looks sadly upon him.
Born, my lord, the full vaunts in the field.
Go, bustle, bustle, caparison my horse. Call up Lord Stanley, bid him bring his power. Go, gentlemen, every man unto his charge. Let not our babbling dreams affright our souls. No. Conscience is what a word that cowards use. Devised at first to keep the strong in awe. Our strong arms be our conscience.
That's right.
Swords our law. March on, join bravely. Let us to it pell-mell. If not to heaven, then hand in hand to hell. What can I say more than I have inferred? Remember whom you are to cope withal. A sort of vagabonds, rascals, and runaways. A scum of Bretons and base lackey peasants, whom their o'ercloyed country vomits forth to desperate adventures and assured destruction. And who doth lead them but a paltry fellow, a milksop, one that never in his life felt so much cold as o'er shoes and snow. Let's whip these stragglers o'er the seas again. If we be conquered, let men conquer us. Men! Not these bastard Bretons whom our fathers have in their own lands, beaten, bobbed, and thumped, and in record left them the heirs of shame. Shall these enjoy our lands? Nay! Lie with our wives? Nay! Ravish our daughters? Nay! Hark, I hear their drums. Fight, gentlemen of England! Fight, bold yeomen! Draw, archers, draw your arrows to the head! Spur your proud horses hard and ride in blood! Amaze the welkin with your broken staves! What saith Lord Stanley? Will he bring his power?
He doth deny to come, my lord.
Off in the St. George's head!
The enemy has passed the marsh, my lord. After the battle, let Lord Stanley die.
1,000 hearts are deep within my bosom. Advance our standards. Set upon our foes. Upon them. Victory sits on our helms!
The king enacts more wonders than a man. His horse is slain and all on foot he fights. Rescue, fair lord, or else the day is lost. I'll help you to a horse.
Slave! I have set my life upon a cast, and I will stand the hazard of die. I think there be 6 Richmonds in the field. 5 have I slain today instead of him. A horse! A horse! My kingdom for a horse!
Temples of this bloody wretch have I pulled off to grace thy brows withal. Wear it, enjoy it, and make much of it.
Great God of heaven, say amen to all.
Amen.
But tell me, is young George Stanley living?
He is, my lord, and safe in Leicester town, whither, if it please you, we will now withdraw us.
Those of name that are slain on either side, inter their bodies as becomes their births. Proclaim a pardon to the soldiers fled that will in submission return to us. And then, as we obtain the sacrament, we will unite the white rose and the red. Oh, now let Richmond and Elizabeth, the true succeeders of each royal house, by God's fair ordinance conjoin together, and let their heirs, God, if thy will be so, enrich the time to come with smooth-faced peace, with smiling plenty and fair prosperous days. Now civil wounds are stopped, peace lives again. That she may long live here, God say amen!
Amen!